I think we all agree that Victoria's Secret makeup is just so iconic and it's just such a look for itself. And I'm sure that many of you also really want to recreate this makeup look. But maybe you're like me and you are thinking, I'm not tanned enough, my lips are too thin, or my skin is not clear enough. And honestly, that's actually not true, because you don't need all that. You can literally have the It Girl Victoria's Secret makeup, and in today's video I will show you how. Skin prep is already done, and for this I've just used the April Skin Milky Toner, and then after that the Beauty of Joseon Revive Eye Cream. This is what it looks like, and I will also of course link everything in the caption. And then also the Beauty of Joseon Sunscreen, which I just applied all over my face and also on my neck area. Now, one thing about the typical Victoria's Secret makeup is that it always has this very effortless glow, and for this I'm just using the After Sun facial oil from Sundance, which I normally don't use, but we really want to have makeup that is as glowy as possible. And you can already see that my skin is quite glowy. My current favorite is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Foundation. So this is the packaging, and I have it in shade 101, and I'm just gonna apply about this amount. And I'm also mixing it with another foundation, which is the She Glam Complex & Pro Breathable Matte Foundation. And about this foundation, I really have to say, if you're looking for on a budget matte foundation that also has like very high coverage, so you really don't need a lot from it, get this one, trust me. Here you have again the amount of foundation that I put on my hand, and then I'm just gonna mix it with a brush. I'm also gonna link these brushes. They're from Temu, I think, and they're so amazing. It's a set of 30 brushes and they're gorgeous. Now about the foundation, as I was saying, high coverage and a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but trust the process. And then if I have any excess or like foundation lines, as you can see around my nose, in order to really get everything looking as smooth and flawless as possible. So also on this area. Now for concealer, I'm actually going in with white, not because it's a concealer, but it's a color corrector, so I'm just gonna use that, but I won't apply it directly on my skin, so I'm just gonna use my beauty blender again, about this amount, and then I'm just gonna tap that in. And yes, I know the Victoria's Secret makeup isn't that much of high contrast, but I tend to have a more high contrast level as I have very pale skin and also more darker hair, so we have to adjust that a little bit. And also I feel like white concealer or like color corrector just makes your eye brighten up so much, and it's also perfect because it's not too yellowish, because it's literally white. So if you're cool toned, just get yourself a color corrector. Do you see that? Literally, I look so much more healthier now. For setting powder, my absolute favorites for years, literally, is the Manhattan Soft Matte Loose Powder, which is this one, and I have it in shade Natural, which I think is the lightest shade. And also, if you want to prevent any creases, make sure to tap a little bit with your finger or also the end of your brush. You can do that as well. So I'm just gonna go in a little bit and then tap it, but also kind of blend it already, you know, so that we don't get that much excess powder. And then also right here. And then lastly, as a setting area, I'm also going in on my nostrils, because this creases very easily. Moving over to bronzing / contouring, I'm going in with the Pica Lovers Glow Up Stick, which is for your face and your body. And I'm just gonna apply it around my face. I think it's a quite neutral shade if you consider it as a bronzer, so perfect. And then this is my product placement. It's quite simple, but I also do it a little bit around here. And I've also noticed that the Victoria's Secret Angels already have very full lips naturally, so they don't really do much of a lip makeup. Pay attention to always blend away from your face and also in kind of circling motions sometimes. So like that. And this already looks so nice. And then again, away from the face. And the same also goes for this area, so just gonna do that. And this is optional, but you can also try to kind of blend everything a little bit more, just like a 3. For my nose contouring, I'm going in with a quite pointy and small brush, and I'm just trying to blend it upwards, so sort of into my brows, almost. And then this part, just anywhere, honestly. And then this is what we have so far. I already love the base so much, and we're not going in with that much blush because the Victoria's Secret blush is very, very natural. I don't have red blush, but I do have wet lipstick, and the red is something that is just typical for Victoria's Secret because this is actually their little hack, and I'm going in with a big brush. And then just applying a little bit on my cheeks. And I'm also applying a little bit on my lips and blend it out, of course, because we want our lip color to match the color of our cheeks. Moving over to the eyes, which I would say is pretty much the main area of attention when it comes to Victoria's Secret makeup. I'm just going in with my Dior Backstage palette, and I'm taking a little bit of this brown shade, but also, which one should we pick? I would say that one. And then we're just gonna take a little bit and blend it out with our fingers. Also upwards and slightly backwards. And now I'm just gonna go in with some excess and fill in my brows just a little bit, not too much. And also bring them a little bit more into the center, like so. Even though I usually do that, I'm not going in with any black because that's not really typical for them, and I'm also using just a little bit more of the brown and give my eye a little bit more of a smoky look. Just gonna do that. And then they also have some sort of wing around their eyes, and for this I'm using black, but I'm mixing it to get a really dark brown. So about this dark, it's almost black, but it's not, you know. And then just a very smoky wing. One thing I immediately noticed about their eye makeup is that they don't really have that much shadow or smoky eye look, but instead they have a lot of glitter. So I'm just gonna go in with setting powder once more, and then yeah, we will go in with lots of glitter. And I'm doing pretty much everything with this palette, so I'm just mixing this with a little bit of gold to make it even more glittery. But since I'm not completely warm toned, I'm also going in with a little bit of this white glitter. So you have this brown, but it's still very shimmery. And I'm just gonna apply it a little bit on this area first, and then we're gonna go in with the actual light glitter. So I'm just gonna do that. Also focus to not go too much into the center, like so. And again, we have to blend it, obviously, because this doesn't look good. So I'm going in with a lot of white, and then also a little bit of gold to not make it too bright, but still bright, you know. And then I'm just gonna rub that onto my eyelids. So you see the difference this already makes. It's all about the glitter, honestly, and also try to make it a little bit on the center. Now this is already very glittery around the eyes, but I'm still going in with the Catrice Highlightening Eyeshadow. And this is also a little bit rosy, which I love, and I think it's perfect for my pale skin tone. So if you have quite neutral pale skin, yes. Honestly, when your skin is more on the pale side, I think it's not quite easy to really get this glittery eye because the contrast is not as high, because yeah, you're already very white, so white highlighter won't do that much. But this is also the reason why I'm using multiple ones. Already very cute and quite glowy, but we want to have more, and I don't have another pointy brush for this, but I'm just gonna only put half of the brush on the actual product, and then on the center and also under your eyes. So you can't really see it, but it's there. It's definitely there. And also a little bit on my nose, just the excess, just like on my bridge. Ooh, okay, that's a little bit too much. And we're also already going in on my cheeks, but for this I'm having another product in mind, which I will show you in a second. And also what you can do is that when you smile, like that, try to also get a little bit on the center of your cheek. And obviously blend it out as well. But this way people will also see your glowy makeup from the front. Pretty much. Now to achieve even more glow in the center, I'm going in with this Payphone Flare Shining thing. I don't really know where it's from, honestly, because my friend got it for me because she didn't like it. But I really like it. It's literally white, but it comes in multiple colors. I will also search it somewhere. Maybe I can put a link in the caption then. By the way, look at that. It's so shimmery and light. I love it. Honestly, I will just apply it directly onto my face now. I'm not sure if this is really a good idea. I'm not sure if I can actually do that. Oh, yes. We just have to blend it, but that's actually not bad. But to make my cheeks a little bit more glowy, I'm going in with the She Glam Glow Stick in the color Vanilla Frost, which is the lightest shade. And we will do that around here. And nah, I don't think my nose needs that, but on the cheeks. Also a little bit on the center again, and then we're just blending it out with our finger. For my lashes, it's quite simple because I actually just go in with this Lash Boost primer, and it's from Alverdi. Now for mascara, a little recommendation of mine, because I've been using it for the past about 4 months or something, and it's so amazing. It's quite pricey. It's the L'Oreal Paris Panorama Mascara, and it's so nice. Like, yes, it does cost about $12 or something, but it lasts forever, and also it makes your lashes just look so freaking good. I just have to do a little bit of lip liner, I'm sorry, but it's literally necessary because I don't have the lip size that they have, and we wanted to have a specific type of makeup look, so yeah. But I'm going in with this very natural color. And if you really want to have this very natural, extremely glowy looking cheek, I'm begging you to start using lip gloss as some sort of highlighter or just finish off. And I know it sounds so wrong to do that, but I've been doing this for years. And the glow, so natural. And you also look so much healthier immediately. So literally just go right in. And if you think that's crazy, try it yourself. And honestly, makeup shouldn't have any rules, so why don't you just normalize lipstick as some sort of blush and like putting over your highlighter, or only using as highlighter without any additional one. Because, and then also a little bit on my lips to make them a little bit more shiny. Now lastly, since the look is almost complete, I'm going in with some lashes. I'm using the one from Catrice Cosmetics, and it's their 3.5 pre-cut lashes. So yeah, and you can also see that I've still cut them because I want them to be not as big. We really want them to be natural, and I also have applied a little bit mascara directly on the lashes so that they match my like natural lash pattern, if you know what I mean. So this is what they look like. Now the lashes don't really need any explanation, but I'm just letting them dry for a few seconds and also blow drying them. And then I'm holding them like that and just apply them onto my lashes, but with a mirror. Okay, so this is the final result. I'm absolutely obsessed because I think it turned out so well and also sort of accurate, even though I have pale skin. But yeah, this is the little Victoria's Secret inspired look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that it was helpful. And yeah, love you. Bye!